So Henry and I just finished our creation meditation where we sat and focused on what we want to create, and I felt very strongly this energy of the more we put ourselves out there, the more we consciously put this content out there, the more we can attract our soul family and people around the world who are also resonating with this frequency of changing the world, helping the planet, helping this conscious shift take place, and for all of us to come together, for it to be like a magnet and to bring people together. Hey guys! Hi! We're vlogging.
Your house is amazing.
Dressing.
Hi James.
Beautiful. Wow.
Hey mate.
So we're together at a little creek 4th of July gathering. 4th of July in the States is a day of independence, a day of reunification, and people just get together. So we just gathered here at this wonderful, beautiful creek. So what's really important as we do these video blogs and as we express ourselves here and what is happening in Sedona is to be super authentic and raw and vulnerable with what is actually going on. Because although we are living in a quite expanded space, in a quite empowered and conscious space, that also means that as we raise our frequency, as we raise our energy, all of the lower belief systems, all of the lower energies are coming up. They must be looked at. So as we go on with this process of sharing the blog, there will be times when we will feel weak, when we will feel sad, when we will feel things coming up. So just wanting to share that with you, whoever is watching that blog, and also inviting you to the openness of your heart, to be raw, to be vulnerable, to be authentic, and let everything of you be seen, be naked, because in the end of the day, the more nakedness you show, the more vulnerability you show, you will see how indestructible you actually are. Because once you fully accept that vulnerability, once you accept all of the ranges of emotions and things that happen to you, then nobody can put that against you. You are letting down the guard, so you are accepting that. So whenever anyone else rejects you for that, you're not rejecting yourself. So be open, be raw, and let yourself feel.
So right now we're sitting at Chocolate Tree, Mike and me, and I am feeling a little bit out of alignment. I'm not fully feeling in touch with my true essence. And that is interesting, that is beautiful itself, to realize that there is either some purging going on, some emotional purging, something being released, or there is something that I'm believing in, something that I'm investing my energy into that is not true, that is not in true alignment to my true self. So see these things as opportunities. Every time you don't feel good, you feel sad or any emotion that is uncomfortable, see it as an opportunity to investigate where is this coming from and what is my preference, what do I actually want to align with, and then see what you have actually just invested your energy into, to let that go and to shift your perspective and to move into a new paradigm. So see all the sadness and all the emotions that are not always so pleasant as beautiful opportunities to reinvestigate yourself and grow and expand. So see that as perfect as positive emotions.
So yesterday night you posted on Facebook that you had this releasing experience, this letting go of emotions that were seemingly suppressed before, and that Paul was helping you to connect to that. Can you share a little bit more about that?
So last night I had this very interesting experience of emotional release and emotional suppression. So I was driving home with Paul, my friend Paul here in Sedona, and as we were driving, we were having a conversation. I felt this wave of sadness, like a spiral of sadness in my heart, and I acknowledged it. I said, like, right now, the conversation wasn't sad, it just appeared, and I said, I'm feeling this sadness. And he was like, yeah, I feel that throughout my entire body. And I'd sensed it. He had this
there was something going on with him. And I said, I think I'm like tuning into your heart right now. Like I'm feeling what you're feeling. And as I was feeling it, I started to feel like this just like true sadness. In it, I realized that what he was allowing me to experience through this mutual like emotional sharing, like a connection of heart, was that there were certain emotions that I had been suppressing, like some sadness or something. I don't know where it came from, but there was emotions within me, and they had been pushed down to the point where my reality was fogged. And I recognized that from the past couple of days that I had been not fully creating my truest desire, not creating the reality that I wanted. And I dropped Paul off, and as I was driving home, I was tuning in, and like, what is the sadness? Part of the sadness was that I was feeling that I had accumulated. The other part was the what the world's going through right now. This change the world's going through, and all the terrible things that are happening, and everything in the world right now, like politically, and wars and violence and killings and just the terrible, tragic nature that humanity is currently going through. And I saw it as this like wave, and I saw that it's like shaking up, it's like waiting to release. And there's anger, like deep anger within the planet. And the way to release is to show the anger, is through the violence. And it's like we're seeing the cracks of it right now. I was tuning into that and just feeling it fully, and I was like tearing, and it was a really amazing experience for me because it allowed me to see that within me that was something that I had been suppressing. And when I got home, I was meditating, and I was allowing it to shine, to come up, and I was just like energetically releasing it. I was like crying, and I was just like almost like puking, like energy, just like nothing was coming out, just like releasing this energy. And I saw my mind, my being becoming clearer and clearer. And what I see right now is speaking my truth and speaking what I want clearly, and really allowing my inner world, my inner desire to shine, to be authentic. I would like to invite anyone who is feeling any sort of these emotions to give them space, to allow them to come up, to allow them to express themselves, however that may be, in a safe environment that doesn't negatively affect anyone else. And as they come up, to feel that clarity, and that sense of purpose.
Thanks for your honesty, authenticity, true expression, brother.
You're welcome.
This is my soul sister Jacqueline. We annoy each other all the time, but she talks to my higher self sometimes, which is really weird. And she doesn't tell me what the higher self of mine has told her, so.
No, you need to learn that. It'll come to you naturally.
Morgan, what's your highest excitement in this life?
I don't know.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Just being beautiful. That's basically it.
You're just singing.
What is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life. The meaning of life is finding what makes you happy and dedicating your time to that, whatever that is.
Meaning of life, I think, help other people and have a good time.
I mean, you don't always accomplish everything you want as a dream when, you're growing up, but I guess as long as you grow up and do the best you can. It sounds selfish, but life in certain situations is about putting yourself first, pleasing yourself, and doing what is best for you. You can never give yourself to somebody in love or in anything if you don't know who you are. So before you try to give anything to anybody else or anything, before you try to give yourself to life, know who you are first and what you want.
So you see, the meaning of life is a little bit like a diamond. You know, it's all about adversity and the roughage. Where you get the more adversity and the more roughage and all that compounded pressure eventually turns your soul to the diamond. You come out cold, but you exit a diamond because of all the shit in the roughage.
That was amazing.